Hello and welcome to another SkaredCast battle report. Today over these barren wastelands, the Drukhari, in open civil war. We have a Drukhari on Drukhari battle report after a successful real space raid. Rival Archons try and cause happy accidents to happen, which then lead to them increasing their power in the Dark City. Let's begin. Okay, so it is Maelstrom of War. We have all 6 objectives, 2 in the near area and 1 in each of these corners where there's important stuff to dig up. And we're going to look at the armies. We've got 2,000 points of Archon Skari's Drukhari with the Cult of Strife and Prophets of Flesh versus 2,000 points. We've got Blackheart, Cabal, Flayed Skull, and Harlequins. That's right. Get excited. Let's take a look at the armies, and we will come back after that. And here we have 2,000 points of Cabal of the Deadly Mist, allied in with the Cult of Strife and the Prophets of Flesh. Archon Skari himself, the Blade, leading the charge with his trusty Drakon. He's armed with a Huskblade, he's Labyrinthine Cunning, and has the Writ of the Living Muse relic. This is a Drukhari Cabal battalion with 3 triple disintegrator Ravagers, 2 Raiders with disintegrators, and 3 5-man warrior squads with blasters. 5 Incubi, my own retinue, have decided to join with their Clavex. The Prophets of Flesh, led by a trusty Homunculus. 2 Tailors with Stinger Pods, Chain Flails, Macro Scalpels. A Kronos with a Siphon and a Probe. 10 Racks with 2 Liquefy Guns. And then Lilith Hesperax herself has graced the battlefield. Her allegiance to Archon Skari superseding any other political alliances with any other Archons at the moment. And another battalion, 3 more Witch Squads, a Tantalus from Forge World, and a Succubus. And this is 2,000 points of Drukhari. Let's see what the other Drukhari Archon has in store for this civil war. Any rival Archon that comes to fight Skari the Blade will have to answer to the Muses, but with Harlequin support, we have the opposing army, or the protagonists, in your case.
I like it.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about yourself, first time on the channel, who you are, where you come from, how long you've been collecting the army, and then let's dive in to your beautifully hobbied force.
Thank you. Well, my name is Dustin. I've been hobbying for over 10 years now. I am also a Dark Eldar enthusiast, so this is the pride and joy of my forces. I've been collecting Eldar first. I did not paint my Eldar as well as these are painted. I practiced on them, you could say. So now I can really show what I can do. So it's taking a lot longer to finish these guys off, but I'm pretty proud of them.
They look phenomenal.
Thank you. So, for our game today with 2,000 points, I brought 3 detachments. I have 3 Void Raven bombers, all same loadouts with double dark size and missiles. I have a battalion of Drukhari, led by Archon Sepsis himself.
Ooh, Archon Sepsis.
That's his name.
Oh my goodness.
Accompanied by his trusty Drakon next to him. Both of them are equipped with Venom Blades.
The best way to run.
Obviously, yeah, for sure. The battalion is Flayed Skull as well.
Okay, cool.
2 Ravagers, triple disintegrators.
Yeah.
3 Venoms filled with 5 Cabalite Warriors each. All of them will have 1 blaster in them.
Yeah.
We have 1 5-man of Mandrakes, just because I love them.
He's made some unholy alliances, has he?
We had to hire some mercs for this.
Oh my goodness.
This is intense.
Mercenaries.
Speaking of mercenaries, you also have 5 Scourge over here, and they are completely stocked, just shard carbines.
Okay, very cool. Cheapo, 60 points right there.
And then we have the Supreme Command Attachment of Harlequins.
Oh my goodness, with the new book and everything.
With the new book and everything.
A couple of Troop Masters, Death Jester, and a Shadow Seer.
Shadow Seer and a Solitaire.
Oh, Solitaire, sorry, that's what I meant.
That's what you meant, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Killy face.
That's the one, you got it right. We wanted to try out some new Harlequin stuff, so for the first time, Sepsis is here, but he's not leading it. It's going to be one of the Troop Masters leading it.
The Grand Harlequin?
The Grand Harlequin.
Oh my goodness
The Great
gracious.
Mask, as they call him in the codex.
And what troop are you using, or what rules are you using?
That will be the Soaring Spite.
The Spite guys. What do they do?
They're the ones that they can advance, and all their pistols are assault when they do that.
Oh,
they
and they're all
minus.
fusion pistols?
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe. 16-inch plus 6-inch advance move and shoot out with pistols? Of course.
Yeah,
Why
and
not?
he will also have the Falshow's wing, so whatever transport he's in moves an additional 6 inches, and it can't explode. The guys inside don't need to roll if it gets destroyed.
That is pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
a cool little relic,
I
so
like
that
it.
all your characters don't die.
Exactly, yeah. When they're all gonna sit in one of those things, I don't want them to die easily.
That's awesome. Okay, guys, so 2,000 points of Drukhari goodness. Let's go to deployment. And we are deployed. Dun dun dun. I finished deploying first. I have 3 Ravagers, Archon Skari, Drakon, Lilith, and 5 Witches in that Raider there. A Raider in Deep Strike Reserve. I've got the 10 Racks, the Incubi, Homunculus with a Vex to the Mask, and the Talos and Kronos there. Then we got 2 units of Witches, and the Succubus in the Tantalus, and 1 unit of Cablite Warriors. The other Drukhari army. Oh my goodness, look at how menacing that looks. We've got Drakon there, Cablite Warriors, Shadow Seer, Super Troop Master, and the Solitaire.
You got
in there, okay. And we got 3 Void Raven Bombers. Just a solo Troop Master.
That's the Warlord.
The Warlord, yeah. Super Warlord. He's got the Super Grand Harlequin thingy. Okay. He's the Warlord. And then we've got Venom, and the Archon, the main Archon over here. 1 Ravager with disease, and 1 is in reserve. And in Deep Strike, we got the Scourge, and we got the Mandrakes. Okay, so we're gearing up for this civil war. Look at that, so much room. I deployed really aggressive, and you're like, hold on back here.
I'm not scared. I'm just waiting to see what you do.
Oh, I see.
We're not scared.
Playing the reactive game because
God.
you're very fast like me.
Yeah, this is how we play.
This is how we do
Whoever
it.
moves first is not doing well, right?
Exactly. There you go. We're playing Maelstrom of War, and it is Spoils of War, which means we get to steal each other's secure objective X. Very fitting for a...
We're here to steal each other's stuff.
yeah. Drukhari on Drukhari action, although for some reason the Harlequins are on your side. They must have a plan for
the
you.
Incubi are on yours.
That's true, but Harlequins have like a fancy plan for everybody.
Yeah, that's why they're with me.
Okay,
we're part of the fancy plan.
Archon Skari will have something to say about that. Okay, let's see. I get the +1. Let's see how this goes. Hiya! I rolled a 4,
okay.
And you rolled a 4. Yes, it is a draw technically. And I rolled a 7.
Okay. Yeah, that's
okay.
7.
Would you like to seize?
I would love to see.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Drum roll, please. Will the Drukhari go first, or
the
will
Drukhari?
the Drukhari go
No,
first?
the Drukhari go first.
The Drukhari go first. Okay, well, sir, have a fun game down here at the Spire. Let's begin as Archon Skari's fleet begins the game. Okay, so turn 1 for Archon Skari's forces. I got Defend Objective 1, which is back here. Mission Critical Objective, which is that one. The entire army kind of moved off to the flank, and I fired everything I could into that Void Raven, and I took it down. I did 9 damage, because some good invulnerable saves there, and that was pretty much all shooting. So now we're moving on to turn 1. I got rid of Psychological Warfare, but I'm currently defending that objective. Let's see what the Drukhari can do against the Drukhari. On to turn 1 for the Drukhari. The Drukhari.
For the good guys.
For the good Drukhari. Okay, so turn 1 for the Drukhari. They came down full force. A bomb went on my racks, and a lot of shooting. Finally killed all the racks. They failed their morale test. I tried to auto pass, but Vex said no. but Vect had to spend a reroll.
Vect had to spend a reroll.
To try and stop that from happening. And then these bombers came up and tried to bomb these witches back here. I did get defend 1, but he secured objective 2, and he also got first blood as well. So now we're moving on to turn 2. I've lost my racks, lost first blood, so we've got a lot of stuff happening on this side of the board. And High Command has issued a domination order.
Just win.
And an advance order. Get out of the deployment zone, they say. Okay, well that's possible. Let's get this party on the road. Okay, so many shenanigans have happened. I got advanced, so I decided to move my entire army out of my deployment zone. And I basically focused everything I could in this corner. Killed the Razorwing, the Void Raven. Killed the Ravager. Killed the Venom with the 5 Cavalry Warriors inside. Killed another Venom over here with some grenades and stuff, which is pretty cool. Forced him to Vect my double-shooting Tantalus, which is great, but Vect was a jerk and rolled a 6, so I had to spend the command points anyway. I deep struck this guy back here. He has 2 wounds remaining after the Void Raven exploded.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. And then we had the Solitaire, Troopmaster, Shadowseer all hop out of their transport. It doesn't explode thanks to his relic, which is pretty cool. And then I charged in. I only made it in with Lilith, the Archon, and the Homunculus. Meanwhile, Lilith took an Overwatch from the Hallucinogen Grenade Launcher, taking 3 mortal wounds, jumps in, does 4 wounds to the Shadowseer. The Shadow... so there's a lot of stuff. The... Troopmaster and the Solitaire both attack my Archon, and he's made about 20... No, he's made about 15 Shadowfield saves. And the Solitaire's down to 1 wound remaining after his Venom Blade did 3 wounds to him. Oh my goodness. And the Shadowseer has 1 wound remaining. So Lilith is dead. This Archon has taken 2 wounds. This Homunculus has taken 2 wounds. Both of these characters are 1 wound left each. All in all, I have 3 points to my opponent's 2 points because he has first blood and secure objective 2. And now we're moving on to turn 2. Just turn 2. Feels like this game is it's crazy. We still have the Skirts to come in. We still have the Mandrakes to come in. And I'm committed to the table. So this is definitely an interesting game already. I love it. This is incredible. This is crazy. So many shenanigans on both sides.
Yeah, this Drukhari stuff is crazy.
It's crazy. Who knew? Awesome. On to turn 2. Drukhari turn 2, and the shenanigans continue.
Unbelievable.
This Archon here has passed another, was it 10?
Another 10 or 12.
Another 10 Shadowfield saves. I did lose 3 of the Incubi, but the Clavex is alive with 1 wound remaining. And I did kill the Solitaire after the Vexeter Mask stopped him from attacking, which was great. This Archon failed his Shadowfield save on the second roll.
On the second roll, yeah.
And then we had these guys charge in, a combination of shooting and combat put 4 wounds on that Ravager. I did lose the wounded Ravager, which gave him Scour the Skies. And then the Scourge have arrived near Objective 5, so he's currently starting to defend Objective 5. And then both Void Ravens are getting ready to kind of do some damage in turn 3. Okay, so starting a turn, I still have mission critical objectives, so I'm going to be jumping onto that one for a point. And I have 2 more objectives. I get Defend Objective 5, which is the one where the Scourges are. Great. It's like Vector's just playing games with us. And Defend Objective 6, which happens to be the one that the Tantalus is sitting on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, great.
You can have it.
Yeah. Tantalus sitting on objective, defending. Okay, perfect. So, let's move on to turn 3 as the Cabal of the Deadly Mist and the Prophets of Flesh and the Cult of Strife fight on. Okay, so top of turn 3, I started defending objective 6. Now, this turn was crazy stuff happened, and the Drukhari dice sucked. Okay.
Unbelievably.
It was terrible. But I was able to kill the Shadowseer, the Archon, the Void Weaver, No, the
Starweaver.
And the
Relic Troop.
The Relic Troopmaster, not the Warlord. That's the Warlord standing right there. He passed all his invulnerable saves against the Talos, which was good. I did put 2 wounds on this Venom. I took Objective 3. This unit of witches jumped out and then made a long charge into the Cavalry Warriors, murdering them all. And the Archon failed to kill any of them. And the Succubus jumped out here, moved this way, charged into the Scourge, killing killing 3 of them. But they passed their morale test, so they defended Objective 5 successfully. So now we're moving on to turn 3 for the Drukhari, the other Drukhari. I did get Secure 3. I'm currently defending 6. So right now I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 points. He did get Defend 5, so I believe he's sitting at 4 points as well with First Blood.
Yes.
And he has... Wait, do you? You have Secure, Scour. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're at 5 to my 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's currently winning by 1 point because of the defend.
Because of that defend.
Because of the defend. So moving on to turn 3. Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, end of the bottom of turn 3. The Mandrake showed up. Lots of shooting. Killed the witches that were behind there. He was able to secure Objective 6 by pushing the Venom and a Troopmaster back here and taking it away from my 1 model. He has 2 models. I did get this down to 1 wound remaining, though. This Venom survived with 2 wounds after taking some shots, which was great. So now we're moving on to the bottom. Oh, and then my Succubus just took 1 wound from the Scourge. They hopped onto the building and shot her down. So I have Defend 6 still, Defend 5, and High Command will give me no prisoners, which is just kill something. Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know.
I don't know, but if I kill between 3 and 5, I get D3. If I kill 6 or more... yeah. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so end of turn 4. I kind of moved around, shot a lot into the Venom, and the Troopmaster killed them, and all the Cavalry Warriors, killing 3 units. That gave me no prisoners for a D3 of a 1.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I am currently defending 6 and defending 5 because my Succubus killed the Scourge. I had a unit of witches jump out, my +1 strength unit, kill 4 of the Mandrakes. In the meantime, I brought this guy down to 4 wounds left. And the Taluses both failed their charge over here. But he does get Defend Objective 2.
Yeah, I do.
Because the Archon's sitting on the back. So as we move into the bottom of turn 4, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and First Blood. That's 8 points. 2... I killed Warlord though, right?
You did, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 points to 6 in the favor of the Harlequin Warlord that is dead. Well, technically, sort of. So let's
think he's dead.
Yeah, we think he's dead. So now we're moving on to turn 4. Let's see what happens. Okay, guys. So end of turn 4. I successfully defended Objective 5 and Objective 6. But the 4 witches died as Archon Sepsis ran in with his Venom Blade and cut them down with help from the Mandrake. He also got Pain in all its forms, killed the Clavex and the Raider in shooting, and then he killed a unit in combat, and he got 3 points for D3, so he's got 11 points in total. I currently have 10 points in total with Slay the Warlord, because I got 2 defends. So now moving on to turn 6. Could be turn 6. Turn 5. Could be the end of the game. And High Command has ordered me to kill a witch, which is not possible. To Kingslayer. Hooray! 3 points. Vect says to kill your Warlord. Okay, I've done that. And secure Objective number 2, which is the one back in the corner. All the way over there. My Tantalus is probably just going to fly up. Okay, so we'll move on to the turn 5. Okay, so turn 5. That's right. So turn 5, I was able to kill both of the Void Raven Bombers because the Talus is charged into this one and murdered it. I killed the Mandrake. Sepsis failed his 3rd Shadowfield save, but he passed all his Feel No Pains. He has 4 wounds remaining.
Doesn't need Shadowfield.
He doesn't need a Shadowfield. So I did get Kingslayer for 1 point, Secure Objective 2 for another point, bringing my total up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus Warlord. So it's 12. So right now I'm winning by 1 point. So we're moving on to turn 5. Could be the end of the game. Let's see what Sepsis decides to do as the game will come to its dramatic conclusion. Seems pretty bleak for Sepsis.
He loves it.
He loves it.
This is what he lives for.
Yeah. Chaos and confusion. Okay, on to the next turn. Okay, so we're here at the end of turn 5, and Sepsis is hidden behind crates. Next to objective number 2.
Searching for the answers in the crates.
He is. He's searching for the answers, trying to, not get shot by a giant Tantalus. Archon Skari, the Blade, overseeing the capture of some of the Comorites that have fallen in combat to take back to the Dark City and do hideous, horrible things to them. Okay, sir. Roll to see if the game continues or if it ends. And the game
it's over! Sepsis survives! Yes!
That is a moral victory!
Moral victory!
As Sepsis has successfully gotten away.
He'll be back.
The slippery snake that he is. Slippery snake.
Slippery
snake.
So
I believe I won by 1 point. That was really close. Slobberknocker of a match. Do you have any final comments for the end of the game?
Probably the most fun game I've had in 8th. This was awesome.
This was very entertaining. Would you done anything differently in retrospect?
In retrospect, I might have gone harder after Skari, but to be honest, the amount of Shadowfield saves that you made...
With the Dracon.
It doesn't matter. He would have been worse.
Yeah, the Shadowfield, I made about 25, almost 30 saves.
It was about 30 saves, yeah.
Yeah, that saved him from the Solitaire, the Shadowseer, the Troop Master.
Yeah.
And then he came back.
And an Archon as
well,
the Dracon.
It was crazy. Yeah, I think, well, other than that, I feel like you played it right. You targeted the racks, which you had to.
Mm-hmm.
Then you stopped me from passing morale, because I was going to use Black Corner Corporate.
Yeah, just get them all back.
Yeah. So I forced your hand on that Vect, but that Vect was a good Vect. You Vected the double shot on that guy, and then forced me to spend the command points on there too. And then you did have your reserves to come in and take objectives and stuff. But I just feel like it just kind of, once I focused my entire army on that corner, it really kind of just turned the tide of the game.
Well, I got tied up with that Dracon for so long, I couldn't get anything else. So
yeah, and then from there, the Taluses got untouched, and the Taluses at the end, they're so powerful.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Make sure you stay tuned for more awesome content. If you would like to support on Patreon, check the link down below for all the cool content we create and some of the exclusive tactical content. We just talked, we had a full tactical review on the Obsessions. It was like a 30-minute exclusive video for the Patreons, so check that out. Thanks a lot. This is Skari, your grateful host, signing off. Until next time, Skari out. It's an exclusive. We're playing the game.